Alrighty, guys. So we have something a little bit new for you guys today. And for you guys, it's not necessarily new. This is the second episode to our Netherlands gameplay. Now, of course, for any of you, the last one was done previously through a live stream. I am not going to be doing these live anymore. I just wanted to go over and show that this is going to be something that we are going to start taking live seriously. That for it anyway. So now we've got our busy town. Um, we'll throw the lobster tail down there. Um, I want to relocate for a reason. Okay? There is a reason why I have that set up like that. Um, okay. Now, we are going to need better choice. Um, we're going to provide one for down in that area, and then we'll provide an extra one down in there. And then I'll put a set of low density offices down there. Um, no. There is a reason. We're gonna put a commercial around in that area. Okay. Okay. No, I'm gonna wait until that becomes daytime. Um, there is a reason why I have that set up. Is we're gonna be able to connect it. Um, now we can kind of see. Whether or not um, yep. Hold on, we do not have this side over here. So what I'm going to do is we'll just purchase up to that point. Okay, if um uh because now um because we're gonna upgrade these to feature because we got keys now available. Um, just upgrading a little bit around there. Now, let me go and find, since now that we've got our highway thing. Okay. Um, because I'm thinking about doing something a lot like that, and then we can clear you out now. And do that, or hold on. Okay. Okay. And we do something like that where it's pretty much where it's one-way road. Um, yep, giveaway sign. Good. And we'll do something similar to that. Okay? Because now what I want to do is um Villa muscle car is we're going to throw just a little bit of mixed right near the entrance towards this. Okay. Okay. Now we do need power for it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come and purchase those three there for it. Because I'm going to come over and we're going to place a thing there. Okay. And then we can give them a wind turbine at the end for them. For it at the end so that they have, in case of power, increase power. Then we're going to come down here. We're going to put a hospital. I'm going to put a short French crematorium down here. Waiting for an ambulance, waiting for a hearse. That will now improve on okay. And then I'm going to build our Riverside Grill down here. Okay. Um, no dense Corey Gable. And we'll put you down there as commercial. We'll throw EU mixed housing there. Um, throw a little bit of low office. Actually, no, let's... I actually changed my mind. I want to do... do commercial there. And then we'll take the rest of that area to be that way. Okay. Now, just along here, is going to be that way. The other one is we're going to take our small road from here okay. And then make a connection there. And then for it. And then I'm gonna do a curve like that. Um, Now I don't have okay. Start adding that. At our elementary. Add an elementary school down here, just so that people can down from down here can get access to it. Um, okay. That's just going to give now. Now we're gonna change our I'm gonna make that connection available to basically say you can cross um you can cross if absolutely to do it. And I'm also going to come over here since I know that we're going to need their priorities. Okay, we're going to yield on both of those and stop on both of those. we're going to go to lane connector tools. And follow something similar to what we did on the other end. Other end. Okay? Then, what I want to do is then we're going to come over here. And because now that we have the quays, I'm doing this. Basically, this is a remake of what I think Rotterdam should look like. Now, of course, what we will do um, is okay, and then I will take and create one there. Okay. And then we're going to create, I'm going to take you, um, okay. Create at 90 degrees. And then absolutely oh wait, ha! I've been using the quays. Um, no. I actually, let's go back. Um, okay. What's the distance? From there, it should be about 144. Actually, we can just measure. It's 572. Okay. Nope. And we messed up there. Okay. Now we are having some power issues. Down there. So what we're going to do next is we're going to take our Netherlands station, and we'll put a substation there, and then that substation is going to come out um is going to come out over here, I think. I think let's go down here to our electricity. We're gonna still um unlock up to the coal power plant. Um because we have the gas power plant. Yeah, for a 500k. The one I will do is I will upgrade to a gas power plant. Um Actually, yeah. We still need power, but I still think um I still think we should go with you. Um, Advanced tracking, and then we'll throw a few backup batteries, and then I'm gonna throw a sub station down there. This one is gonna directly connect to there. Um, and then this one's gonna connect all. Is gonna connect down here to a substation down that way. And then this one is aiming to take that sub station there for it. And then this one will um and then I'm gonna place a couple on there. And then place a couple water towers down in there. For our higher density, um, to our high density to our medium density housing. Um, we're gonna throw in medium row housing along here, and then we'll throw in every other for that, and then every other is gonna get for it. And then we're gonna create another substation down there. And that's gonna be a substation hidden well underneath. And then what is just to add a couple of substations for it, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in is another wind turbine there, just to add a little bit of extra power into the other areas. Now these guys do not have poop can pooping. So we'll add one to connect there. And we'll add one to the other end, that there's not so much of having multiple ways on it. Now okay, and then okay. Now these both should have this stopping there. That way should be given the priority on it on a daily basis. Should be given that priority. And then down here, that's going to give in priority. Um, or, or, or we use the lane connector tool and say, now you have to go that way like so. And allowing for people to make that, the priority, and see if that fixes anything. Now, we know that we only have one connection out and about. Oh, that's pedestrian street. Um, okay. Then we're going to take and go full 90 there. Full 180. Okay. And then cut you out that way. So there's another connection down this way. Okay. We'll put another one down that way. And then over here, I will put our crematorium down there. Put our clinic out of the way. Let's go down here. To increase our fire station, we will put a small fire station down for that area. We'll put a one over there. But then we're going to come down over here. These guys are going to hate me for it. But they're going to love me for this one. We're going to extend this to being... Oh, wait, that's our hospital. Down there. I meant to find the large... Just to... Okay. Put some road maintenance out here. Put the apex climbing. Put a soccer field. Throw for just to throw a thing because I'm actually did our game just crash? Yep. Luckily, luckily we have the autosave feature now. I'm so happy right now with a lot of these American, a lot of American elections going on right now. I typically don't talk about elections a lot of the time, um, or political content unless I'm driving, through live. Um, no home. I'm gonna be thinking about upgrading my computer, guys. Like I need to upgrade it, because um, like I just need to upgrade this computer. I'd probably, if I end up getting this Threadripper thing, which to be honest, I don't think I'd want to run Threadripper anyway. Um, but getting that AI 9700 for the AI thing, I don't know if that's any indication. I haven't looked to see if there's any real world gaming performance on it. But AMD's doing a giveaway for it. And if it's anything that is indication that it's a good thing, then I'm gonna buy one. I'm gonna try to upgrade this computer, um, by basically selling the Threadripper and the motherboard, and then upgrading that to 9700, and then sell it, or willing to trade kind of thing for like a higher rated, for a higher rated, for like a 5800 or something, and a cooler, um, are you going to are you going to crap out on me, stupid Steam? Um, we're gonna do a verify integrity of files and see if any issues with it going on. If it any issues, I'm just gonna get off anyways if I can get this to work. Sometimes it's very finicky with Linux. Sometimes I have had games where I play uh where I typically play a lot of these video games through here, and I've had crashes on some of these games. Not every game has crashes. Not every game does it. Just some inherent quirk with City Skylines. It's not wanting to run with it. Like City Skylines would run on Linux on a default basis, but we're checking the validity of these files. Um, but sometimes I have these quirks and things that fall apart. But um, okay. All right, guys. If we don't get this figured out, oh, fine. Fun. I wonder if it just takes a little bit longer to load. You know what? We're gonna do one more thing. But I'm gonna have to do this, guys. But we will see you guys a little bit later in our thing. One of the things. Okay. There we go. Hold on. Alright. Okay, now let me check to see if we can get in this time. Because sometimes you might have to restart your system. Uh, if something does fall apart, restart your system first off. Because sometimes breaking might happen. I should have just done that just to begin with. But remember, the Bridge and Ports bundle is out, so if you do not have the extensive, big, beautiful um, thing, we are going to update that little portion. I'm going to put a large bridge. Da, 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 da. I am a little bit tired, guys, so we are going to get off here soon. I just want to make sure that we can get back into our game, and make sure that we can get places. But we are going to get off as soon as we can. Because we're changing a lot of what our um, thing. But I want to use a bridge. We're going to use a new bridge. What? Okay. What? Here, I'm actually gonna disable that. Okay, hold on. We have this option here. We're gonna bring. Okay. Um. No, how do I upgrade? Um. Okay. Okay. Now. Now we're gonna come down here. Okay. Because I don't know why it's bringing me. Um. Okay. Finally got my thing figured out, but that's... Okay. No. Okay. Now, there's a reason why I'm connecting it like that. Because... Because we're gonna do... Four-lane wide with Quay. This is going to give... people down here... a... just a way for them to get around. And now I'm going to pretty much... Okay. And then... that's there, but... we're gonna do something a little bit different. Um... because we're gonna create that as like a drawbridge. There, and then leave that as like our large suspension. Just so that we can... um... have... that there, but we're gonna get off, guys. We could unlock the Grand Bridge. I will unlock the university now. Um, And then um, I'm gonna come over here roughly. We'll create another fishing. Hold on. No. So then okay. This one will not I'm gonna shift you around for a second. Put the large one there, and then we're gonna go to bed here, guys. Because I absolutely need to go to bed. We're gonna relocate you. And then we shift you there. Uh, and then electrical storage. Then we can have like a water tower out here. Where is the... Okay. There we go. There we go. Now, we could extend that out on the other end, but I want to leave a little bit of that island there. And no this. I think I'm just going to buy that there. And then do that. And then we will take and put a thing like a dirt road there, and then um, we'll do the same thing. Um, Not down here. I always do it on this side of the way of it, not on this side for it. Can I just take the small portion of it? And put in our our 2-lane drawbridge there. Because I might see how things go. And then down here, okay. Now, we're going to come down here. Hold on. Where's... Okay, yeah, we have to come down here to the road. Change things out and about for them. Because right now there is no... priority is that if you are... that you will get priority, but you will get stop along that way. Then we'll come down here. We'll do priority. Priority. And then you'll get the stop on that side. I'm just gonna follow and let that be. And that's gonna improve a lot of the traffic flow. Um, on that priority. And then I'm also going to take um, and take that there. Um, okay. Um, okay. Yep. So we're gonna have one that pretty much actually no. No, hold on. They're gonna hate me, but we're gonna put a ferry stop there. Yep. And it's primarily for narrow boatway. Um, and then I think we will add ferry stop there. Then I'll throw one there. For the last point. Um, Um, no, I think that's going to reduce a lot of people needing to utilize that. But I think what we also are going to do is to help um, just for that point, that's going to pretty much stop traffic on an occasional, but we're going to need that. We're going to need to allow for those for it. So it's going to have some traffic jam. We've got a couple of spots for it. I am going to create another one for. We're going to go full 90 this way, and then um, I think we should probably see if I can take that a little bit further. Okay, so it's not going to be able to make it a full 90 from that one. Um, I'm wondering if we take you, it's gonna take, if we can go full 90, we're just gonna and it's not gonna be like we're gonna take it, go across there anyway, because there's no point, because we can't get across through water through that way unless we come up and around, but it's going to necessarily, it's going to allow for, instead of people having to wait all the time, um, I want to go to 45 at 145 for it, and it's going to allow um, for extra connection. Now, of course, I could go down a little bit further, extend the hall, pause that, and absolutely go full that way. And that's just going to improve on traffic getting down that way. Instead of having to use double the drawbridge, we have 3 available drawbridges. I'm wondering, after I get off, after I create this, Oh no, that's the 6 lane. We only want the 4 lane. And then we can upgrade it um, to a to make it better and faster. Um, and then we can take that lane and then um, oh, hold on. I want to see if we can take this and just go there and then take and extend. Out, and then what we can do is we can then take the lane priority and say, no, you cannot go that way, and no, you cannot go that way, giving people the opportunity to do that. And then um, the last thing I know, I really got myself into this, and then it'll come down here, and then it'll put priority pass. Okay. Um. So we'll put that yield sign there. Um. Okay. And we'll also put a yield sign there, per se. We'll put stop along there. We'll make that the priority. Okay. Um. And we'll just put this one also to yield. Um. Those will get the priority pass. you'll always get priority because what's the point in having they're never going to be able to. That's still going to put yield to their yield. We'll see how that goes. goes. Um, I'm wondering if we can. Hold on, I want to see something. Um, okay. Let's go. Instead of creating that drawbridge there, we can just go and extend it to the full path. But I'm not wanting to do that. I'm wanting to see if we can take and extend um and then we can add the drawbridge. Okay, so no. So then all we're going to do then is then we'll just create this one. Um that one's just gonna get a full there. Um for that one we will create the drawbridge there. Um for it. Which that's also a drawbridge, but we will create this bigger one down here where a lot of people are utilizing this. Fixing a little bit. Whoops, hold on. We need this. We're gonna remove you out of that point. For it. And then what we do is then we're gonna come in here. We're gonna go down to lane connectors. We're going to say no U-turning there. Okay. No U-turning there. And no U-turning there. Now, that is pretty much how it's going to effectively work. And that, but everybody down here is going to get that stoplight um treatment there, and that's just going to make it less hold handy there. And I'm going to okay. And then no, I think um do something a lot like that. Do that there. For it. Um, I actually think I know I like to keep symmetry. Um, but I think we're gonna do um, and then we're gonna take no. We'll go there. Nope. And then we come down here. And then we'll extend it. And it's technically um and then we'll go down here and we'll connect that there. Um, and uh, then we're gonna go to lane connector here. We'll make sure that it only goes that way. Um, actually, we need to kind of go that way. And then go that way. And then we can shut off that down there. And then the priorities tool. Um, just to primarily have like a yielding kind of thing there that they can yield if needed be. Um, Now I think that might um I think what we might do is cut you off that way, and then I think what we do is we create one lane that goes into that way, and then we kind of just create like a mini roundabout there. Um, to kind of basically say you're going off and that way, and then I think I can downgrade you down to just a 2-lane road down to both of those, and I think that'll help improve traffic flow there per se. Uh, and it will be a lot better. Like, to be honest, I don't know why. And I probably wouldn't do necessarily a highway. Um, I would necessarily bring it in like a one-way. What is this? It's one-way alleyway. But I'd do something like that. But the last thing I want to do is clear out the crosswalks there. Um, and now coming in, we're going to see if we can. It's not a 4-lane, it should be more of like a 5-lane priority. And then we come in lane connector. Um, and then that should help improve traffic flow a little bit nicer down here. Allows for a little bit of better connection, better stability. And I think it could go with even a smaller 4 lane. It could go with a 4 lane asymmetrical, um, to make it even better. I think just downgrading that lane, um, and then we just basically cut you there, and we add you going into that section. No you turning there at all. Then we'll throw um, and then we'll throw you down there where I think we'll do is or do we I think we clear that one out and we will put those two there to make things better. Things better. Um let's go and put a very large roundabout there. Um and see if that'll help improve traffic flow. Um Because if a lot of them are just going that way, we added that to help improve. Um, okay. Now let's come over here. The final thing I'm going to do, guys, absolutely I'm going to get off. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. And we will catch you guys, later. Make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell notification. We'll catch you guys later. Bye.